I hope you all are doing good. Last class I was discussing with transport of materials through the plant. Just revising that, I told you that there are three processes: osmosis, diffusion, active transport, and gave the notes also. And I gave full definition for it. I think you are clear about it. And now today I am going to take about transpiration. So I told you before that photosynthesis and transpiration are the two important process in the plant. And I discussed about photosynthesis, and now I am going to discuss about transpiration. So I think you are familiar with this word transpiration, but I am revising for your well understanding. So transpiration is the process of loss of water in the form of water vapor through the aerial part of the plant. So transpiration is loss of water in form of water vapor through aerial part of the plant. So this is the exact definition for the transpiration. Once again, transpiration means that loss of water in the form of water vapor through aerial part of the plant. So aerial part means the part which is above the soil. So aerial part means mainly this transpiration will be occurring in three ways. The first one is stomata, second one is cuticle, and the third one is lenticel. So these are the three types of transpiration: stomata, cuticle, and lenticel. Stomata, cuticle, and lenticel. Any transpiration which happen through stomata is stomatal transpiration. Transpiration which happen through cuticle is cuticle transpiration, and transpiration which happen to lenticel is lenticel transpiration. I will explain what is stomata transpiration, cuticle, and lenticel. Okay. So first we can move on to stomatal transpiration. Before going to stomatal transpiration, first you should know what is stomata. See, I told you that if you are, example, see, if this is the leaf, okay, if you are cutting the leaf in this way, in this cross section, okay, and if you are taking a single micro bit of this root, this leaf, and if you are viewing through the microscope, you can see the structure of the cell. Okay, so I will draw the structure of cell for your explanation. So the cell will be arranged like this. So this will be the arrangement. It's a rough diagram, but in our textbook this diagram is there. You go through the diagram, okay? Then you will be getting clear-cut picture of this diagram. So if you are cutting, I told you, if you are taking a leaf and if you are cross-cutting it, and if you are taking a single bit and keeping in the microscope and viewing it, you can see the cells are arranged like this. So the outermost covering of the cell is cuticle. Next it is epidermis. Then these are parenchyma cells. These are spongy cells, together called as mesophyll cells, and here it is xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem, I told you before that xylem is used to conduct water and phloem is used to conduct food which is produced after photosynthesis. So you are clear about this xylem and phloem. Then here it is lower epidermis. In between the lower epidermis there are stomatal cells. There are small opening called as stomata. So now you got a little bit clear about this stomata. In the leaf, if you are taking the leaf, in the leaf there are small holes in the leaves, and through that holes transpiration happens. So such transpiration is called as stomatal transpiration. Once again, in the leaf there are small holes, and these holes, through these holes, exchange of gases take place. Means carbon dioxide is going in and oxygen is coming out. Other than that, water will be removed in form of water vapor. So such transpiration is called as stomatal transpiration. So coming back to stomata, stomata is these holes are called as stomata. See, this is a leaf, and if you are cutting open and you can see stomata. So when you are viewing the stomata, you can see stomata is covered by or protected by two cells, which is called as guard cells. Guard cells. So stomata is an opening. This opening is called as stomata, and this opening and closing of stomata, opening and closing of stomata is controlled by guard cells, which are at the two sides. Then another important point, in a leaf, if you are viewing the stomata, in the upper side there will be a less stomata, and lower side there will be huge number of stomata. The reason behind this is, when the plant is in a direct sunlight, if the stomata are here in the upper side, due to light, the stomata will be always opened. So when the stomata is always opened, there is a chance of losing more amount of water other than the plant need. So if the water is lost more, the plant won't get enough amount of nutrients. Okay, so to avoid that, many number of stomatas are present under the leaf. The question is, why stomatas are present under the leaf? Your answer should be because when the stomatas are exposed directly to the sunlight, it will affect the plant growth, or it will affect the transpiration rate. To avoid that, stomatas are present under the leaf. Okay. Then another point, when the stomatas are opened and closed, during sunlight the stomatas will be opened, during night stomatas will be closed. So it means that transpiration will happen in daytime, not in night. In some plants it will be happened in night, but mostly in our area the plants are terrestrial plants, and so the stomata will be opened during daytime, and this transpiration will happen in daytime. Okay. Then another one point. Afternoon, see, morning when you are seeing a plant, it will be healthy, seems to be the leaf will be in upright position and it seems to be healthy. When the days goes on, around 1 o'clock, if you are at a hot day, during around 1 o'clock, if you are looking at the plant seems to be slightly shining, means it seems to be wilting. The word is wilting. Wilting. This wilting of the plant is happened due to more amount of water loss in afternoon. It is a reason that when the light intensity afternoon, it feels we also feel very hot. So when it is too hot, the stomata will be opened wider. Due to guard cells, stomata will be opened wider, and when the stomatas are opened wider, more amount of water will be lost. When more amount of water is lost, the plant get into the stage called as wilting. Okay, afternoon, after evening, 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, you can come back and see the same plant. The plant will seems to be healthy because the light intensity will be reduced, and so the stomata will be closed as a normal. It won't be opened wider. It will be closed, and a very less amount of water will be lost. Okay. Then another point. So such loss of water through stomata is called as stomatal transpiration. 90% of transpiration is happened, or 90% of water is lost through stomata. So I think you are clear about stomatal transpiration. I will overview and I will revise all this. So first, stomatas are small holes present under the leaf. What is the use of stomata? Stomata is used to exchange gases and to use to the process of transpiration. So what is transpiration? Water loss in the form of water vapor is transpiration. So there are so many stomatas present under the leaf because to avoid excess amount of water lost. In afternoon, when the daytime, if it is too hot, plants to be in wilting stage. Wilting means the water loss is heavy. Due to water loss heavy, plant can't get enough amount of water to the leaf and it will be seems to be wilting. We used to say plants are sleeping in afternoon. It means that due to water loss, plants become unhealthy. That's the reason. Evening again it will regain the water and it will become healthy. So these are the points about stomatal transpiration. Then coming to cuticle transpiration. Then 90% of water is lost through stomatal transpiration. Cuticle transpiration. About 5 to 10% of water is lost through cuticle. Water is lost through this cuticle transpiration. So you know what is cuticle. Once again I will tell you. When you are cut opening the leaf, you can see the outermost covering of leaf. This outermost covering of leaf is called as cuticle. Cuticle is a waxy layer. Okay. So it has due to it is a waxy layer. When the water goes out through the cuticle, then it is called as cuticle transpiration. Cuticle is used to cover the other part of the leaf. Okay. Then coming back to next, lenticel. Lenticel transpiration. Lenticel. So when coming back to lenticel transpiration, about 0.1 to 1% of water is lost through lenticel. I think you don't know about lenticel. I will explain you what is lenticel. In very old trees, you can see in the stem of the old tree small lines in the stem, because if the stem is very old, in the bark you can see small markings, small openings. The bark will be expanded, small openings due to dry. So that openings are called as lenticel. Okay, through that opening the water will be removed out, and such way of transpiration is called as lenticel transpiration. Once again, in very old, so lenticel transpiration will happen in the old plants. Very old plant, the big trunk or big stem, you can see small holes, small tearings in the bark of the stem. So through that tearings the water will be going out. So when the water goes out through that tearing, that type of transpiration is called as lenticel transpiration. And very important point, in all form of transpiration, water will be removed out in form of water vapor. Water vapor. It means that water is in liquid stage. When it is heated, it will be getting into gaseous state, and through this gaseous state water is removed out, not in form of liquid state. Okay, so the very important point is water is removed in form of water vapor through the holes. So there are three types of transpiration: lenticel transpiration, stomatal transpiration and cuticle transpiration. These three transpiration happened, and due to that the plant seems to be healthy. If the water is stored there, the cells of the plants will become bursted. Okay, and it will get excess of water. If the water is removed, lost also, more amount of water is lost, it will cause damage to the cells, because plants need enough amount of water to be in a healthy condition. So more amount of water is lost, it means that plant moves into an unhealthy condition, which will cause a problem for the plant to survive. So then what are the main importance of transpiration? See, if you are learning any process like photosynthesis, transpiration, digestion, circulatory system, excretory system, all the systems, they have their particular importance. So why these things are needed for them to survive? So here photosynthesis is needed for producing food. So here the importance of transpiration. Why transpiration is needed in case of plants? So first point is, transpiration will give cooling effect to the plants. Cooling effect to the plant. It means that during hot day the plant will be exposed to the direct sunlight, which means plants are getting hotter. Plants leaves are getting hotter. So to overcome that, plant has their own mechanism to remove water in form of water vapor through transpiration, which makes the plants to cool down. For example, us also, if we are feeling so hot, knowingly, unknowingly, we will start to sweat. So that is a process in our body to make our body temperature normal or to cool our body from hot. So same happens in the plant also. When the plant seems to be too hot, it will lose water in form of water vapor, and if it is loosed in water vapor, the plant become cool. So when the plant is cold, it will come back to normal condition. The first point is to maintain or to give a cooling effect to the plant. Then second point is ascent of sap. Ascent of sap. I told you in last class what is ascent of sap. Pulling upward of water through root is ascent of sap. So example, if here is the root. Here is the root and here the stem and here the leaf. Okay. So here when in the soil the root is there and the water will be absorbed through the root and it goes to the stem and then goes to the leaf. So when the water is going out through the leaf, through stomata in form of water vapor, okay, it will produce some sort of pressure which makes the water from the soil to be pulled again. So it is a process. Here the water will be taken by the root, here the water is lost. So root will absorb water, leaf will lose water. So it is a mechanism, and that is what called as ascent of sap. It makes the water to move upward. Okay, just another once again I will explain. When the water is absorbed by the root, at the same time water will be lost by the leaf. So when absorption and loss are taking simultaneously, it makes the plant, it makes the water to produce a pressure which is pulling always upward. Such pressure and the movement of the water upward is called as ascent of sap. So the main use of transpiration is ascent of sap. First one is cooling effect, the second one is ascent of sap. Then third one is distribution of minerals. Distribution of minerals. So you know that minerals are present in the soil. So when minerals are present in the soil and when the root is absorbing the water, the minerals are present in dissolved form. Dissolved form means it will be mixed with the water. So when the water is taking up, when the water is taken up by the root, along with the water, these minerals will also taken up. So these minerals will be used by the plant, and this mineral water will be transported from the root to all part of the plant. So when it is transported from the root to all part of the plant, along with the water, these minerals will also transported. So these minerals are very important for the plant for their growth. So these minerals won't directly come into the plant. It will be mixed with the water, and it will be dissolved in the water, and through this process the water will be taken in by transpiration, and along with the water the mineral will be transpiration, and mineral will be taken in, and the mineral will be disposed, or mineral will be distributed to all part of the plant. Finally, I will conclude that transpiration is a process of water in form of loss of water in form of water vapor. There are three types of transpiration: stomatal, cuticle and lenticel. Stomatal transpiration through stomata, cuticle transpiration through cuticle, and lenticel transpiration through lenticel. Then the main function of main importance of transpiration is giving cooling effect to the plant, and ascent of sap. Ascent of sap means it makes a power for the plant to absorb water, then distribution of minerals through the dissolved water. So by this I think that you got a clear-cut idea about transpiration. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me later further when I am coming in online. So thank you for listening me, and thank you.